Hey, so in this video, I thought I'd show you how you can see the most popular content from your website and your blog so that you know what people are actually reading the most. And that can help you because what I found is that usually some of the most popular content you'll find on your website or your blog tends to be content that you may have written a while back. So it might actually be content that needs updating or content that you can actually clean it up a little bit more and maybe even check to see what that content has in terms of the next steps. So if you see that someone is going to a particular page or a particular article or video that you've created and it's getting a lot of traction, so a lot of people are seeing it, but there isn't any next steps on that piece of content, maybe because you created it like a year or two ago, and you didn't expect it to go so well. And for whatever reason, there aren't any next steps, such as to book a meeting with you or to, check out another piece of content that you've written or something else that will take them to the next step in your marketing and sales process. This is just a really good exercise to do just to see what else you can do to improve your content in that aspect of things. And also it gives you an idea as to what content people are looking at the most, because that can also give you an indication of what other similar types of content you can create in the future. So what you need to do is go to Google Analytics, and when you're inside Google Analytics, go to the behavior section and then click on all pages on the left. So I've already clicked on that, so you can see this here. And what I've also done is I've just changed the time frame for the whole year. So from January 2018 to almost the end of July 2018. And this will give me a snapshot, if I scroll down, of all the most popular pages of the website from this year. And obviously you can change the time if you want to and just look at this month or last month, or I prefer when I'm doing this exercise, I prefer to look at it over a period of time though. So, at least 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe even a year. So when I scroll down, I can actually see what has the most views, right? So I can see obviously my homepage, which is just the dash, that just means the /, that just means the homepage. Obviously that's usually going to be the most popular page. Then it's the services page, and then you'll notice that these longer pages here, most of these are different articles and blog posts that I've actually written. And this gives me an idea as to what people are looking at the most. So I can see this article here I wrote on how to find leads using the LinkedIn search feature. This is actually one of the most popular blogs I've written, with 413 unique views. And I can see people actually reading it because the average time that people spend on this page is 5 minutes, which is pretty good. And that gives me a good indication that this is a really good piece of content. So now I can use this data and think, okay, so maybe that means I need to create more content around LinkedIn, or how to generate leads on LinkedIn, or how to use the LinkedIn search box. So this gives me really good insights. And also I can check out this blog post, because I know I wrote this, I think at least a year ago, so I can check it out and then just make sure it's all up to date, and make sure that if people need additional help, then that there's a call to action where they can reach out to me to get that additional help. Or, maybe take them to another video or something else that provides them with more help. And I can see another popular blog post is this one, Facebook ads versus LinkedIn ads, which is best for lead generation. So again, this is performing really well. And that again gives me an idea of what else, what types of other content I could create. So I talked about what's best between Facebook and LinkedIn for lead generation, but maybe I could do what's best for other things like engagement, or for, building an audience, or posting social media posts, or whatever it might be. It just gives me really good insights. And again, I can see that people have stayed on this page for an average of 6.5 minutes, which again is really good. So I can start going through this, and you can do the same on your website and blog and have a look at what is the most popular pages and what is the most popular content that you've produced. and look at this over a period of time, and you'll be surprised because, these articles here that I've created, like this one is how to retarget people on social media. This one is on why being consistent with marketing. These are not only things that I've created quite a while ago, but the things that, I wouldn't otherwise know that people are actually looking at this content, because no one leaves a comment, no one, shares it or posts it on social media, but there are still people reading this content. And that's really the key here. Because there's people reading it, I know it's helping people, and I know it's going to build up more trust with potential clients. And sometimes when you're creating content for your accountancy firm, you might think that, if you don't see any people leaving any comments or sharing it or things like that, you might think, is there really any point to posting all this content? Are people even reading it in the first place? But by looking at the data, looking at Google Analytics, you can actually see for definite, and you can know if people are actually looking at your content or not, whether they engage or not. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that they actually look and read and consume the content. And these are not just views, these are people actually consuming the content as well. So just thought I'd do this quick video to show you how you can check out what are the most popular pages and pieces of content that you've created on your website, and give you some ideas on what you can then do with that information as a next step. And just to wrap up this video, the last thing I'll say is that what you'll notice is that the more content you create, the more pages that will show up here, and the more traffic you'll actually generate for your website. And if you don't yet have a lot of content, then your numbers might be a little bit lower. But as you create more content, you naturally start to get more traffic because you start to appear on Google. And you also just get more people checking out your stuff and reaching out to you. And a lot of these people that have actually read this content, I know they've later on, because I can track this, I know they've later on also reached out to me. And then when they reach out to me and I have a look at what they did before they reached out to me, I can see that they were reading content. Even though they didn't actually engage or anything like that, they were still reading that content. So hopefully this video helps you with tracking your most popular content on your website. And you can scroll all the way down and see all the rest of all the different pages that you have. And obviously it's not just blog posts that it tracks all of the pages on your website. So you can see all of that here. And if you want to have a look at the page, you can just click on this button here and it will open it in a new window. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if there's anything else that you need help with when it comes to Google Analytics, and I'll be happy to do a video about that as well.